Getting fit, eating healthier, it sounds like a great resolution, right? But the problem is most of us will be back to our old ways by the third week of January. So how do we do things differently this year? Well, let's ask health and wellness industry expert Dawn Zier. So Dawn, what's the first thing we need to think about when it comes to setting new goals?
To stay healthy and fit, it starts by setting realistic expectations. So setting smart goals of what is a realistic amount of weight you can lose. 5 pounds, 7 pounds, 13 pounds in the first month is pretty realistic and actually will have you feeling a lot better. And the second thing we suggest people really do, in addition to getting their portion sizes right, is to track what you're eating.
I actually started doing that, and it really does help. Why do you think it's important?
I think it keeps you honest. Tracking definitely helps to keep you honest. And what we find is that people tend to underestimate the amount of calories they're consuming by about 20%. So writing it down really makes you a lot more accountable.
Yeah, what about tracking your physical activity, though? Is that helpful?
Definitely. I think we actually do a really good job at tracking our exercise. I know I personally will track every step that I take, but not necessarily the candy kiss I'll pick up as I'm walking by the desk in the office. So both are really important, but definitely make sure you track your food.
Yeah, a lot of us are starting these resolutions now. I mean, we're motivated at the beginning of the year, but many people fall off the wagon before month's end. So do you have tips to maybe keep us on track during this difficult time?
People tend to fall off the wagon because they set unrealistic expectations for themselves, and they also resort to extreme measures. So it's hard to keep up a program that is extreme. So we suggest, healthy weight loss of a couple of pounds a week, and really do it by, portion control, but nothing too out there, nothing too fatty. Generally, we find that the fad diets don't work, and really stick with something that is more proven or true, the name brands that you've all heard of.
Yeah, we've seen photos on social media or heard about, fad diets, juice cleanses, specialties or powders, but, a lot of the extreme measures, like you said, don't work. Like, why exactly is that, do you think?
I think the fad diets don't necessarily work because you're not learning about real behavior change. So you're not necessarily, if you're on a juicing diet, not learning about portion control or how to eat when you're done with that phase of the diet. And programs like that are not lifetime, long-term sustainable. So really a program that teaches you more about portion control and teaches you how to track exercise, get back to a healthier lifestyle is what's going to be more successful for most people.
Yeah, so how long does it take to form a new good habit, and how can we maybe keep the bad habits from sneaking up on us again?
Yeah, I think over time a lot of us form bad habits, and it takes about 30 to 60 days to break a habit or to make a new one, which is why we advocate people going on structured weight loss programs, because it really teaches them about portion control, and they will learn by doing and really begin to see how to keep that weight off through learning and building a habit around the right portions and the right types of foods to be eating.
Now, I know Nutrisystem recently came out with a list of states most likely to succeed, and Florida pretty close to the top at number 2. So go us. I mean, what are we doing right down here?
So we looked across the country at the states that were tracking their food eating habits and exercise the most, and Florida came in, right on top, ranked at number 2. So congratulations, guys, that's awesome. And I think it talks, to the healthy lifestyle of a lot of the Floridians, the ability to be outside, to walk around, to exercise, and then being, a little more health conscious about the type of foods that you're eating, and that's very important. But also, tracking and writing it down, so holding yourselves accountable, and Florida just did an amazing job with that.
All right, and anything the folks in other states can do to maybe try to knock us off the top of that list?
Yeah, I think it comes down to become motivated and be successful in weight loss. It comes down to tracking. So definitely there's a correlation with the best states in terms of their tracking. More people in those states were tracking their food intake and their exercise than the states that did less well. So tracking is really a very important component of losing weight.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I eat an unhealthy breakfast, I figure, there's no use in trying to get back on the wagon today. So do you have any advice when that happens?
Yeah, I think success comes from dieting. Can't be about deprivation. So, you need to be able to have a snack here and there, have a piece of candy, and not go overboard. But, we all mess up and we all will have a bad day. The truth is that if you do have a bad day, there's nothing to stop you from the next day starting all over again. And generally, one day, not too much damage can be done. So it's just don't give up on yourself. Keep tracking. And if you make a mistake, just start over the next day. That's really, I think every person that's had a successful weight loss story, it's not necessarily the straight path. You know, there are days that are harder than others, but you can do it.
I'll remember that next time I hit the drive-thru on my way to work. Is there a website we can go to?
Check us out on Nutrisystem.com. We have great content in our Leaf and a lot of great plans that will help people get on track.
Great, Dawn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and of course, if you need to hear any of that again, you can go to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
Let's get your day started with a great cup of joe in your Seminole Casino Hotel mug. We're giving away one right now. The fourth person to call 239-673-3388 will receive this Morning Blend Seminole Casino mug. Now, you can't win if you won anything within the last 120 days. Good luck.
There are a few things that make you feel accomplished, of course, by the time you hit 30.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's your first promotion, maybe buying a home, or if you're like me and you move around a lot, even buying your first piece of big girl furniture all by yourself from an actual store, not a relative or neighbor or getting a hand-me-down from mom. I mean, that feels pretty good, I must say.
Pretty darn good. And if you end up on the Forbes 30 under 30 list, I'd say that's probably the ultimate compliment. The 2017 list just came out, and Forbes says between the millennial founders and funders, Brandbuilders and do-gooders, never before has youth been such an advantage. So standouts in this year's class include 5-time Pro Bowler Von Miller. In addition to playing linebacker for the Denver Broncos, the 27-year-old has endorsement deals with companies like Adidas and Old Spice. And get this, he also runs a chicken farm out in Texas.
Yes.
Have you been there?
I've been to Texas. I haven't been to the chicken farm.
And check out University of Miami grad Candice Gallick. Her online swimsuit store, Bikini Lux, caused quite a stir when she started posting sexy photos of models on the professional networking site LinkedIn.
Worked out for her, though, it seems. And remember Instagram influencer and beauty blogger James Charles? Yeah, we talked about him on our show. He's the first boy to be named a cover girl.
Oh,
yeah, he made the list, too, at 17 years old. Steph, he's still in high school.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and there's no shortage of tech moguls recognized. The word swipe has all new meaning, thanks in part to Whitney Wolf. She helped change the way we date by co-finding Tinder and finding Bumble. Both are popular dating apps, you know. But when you're 25, I mean, finding a date is one thing, but how about finding $34.7 million in venture funding like Mitchell Hashimoto did? That's through his company HashiCorp. Maybe you've heard of some of his clients. I don't know, Disney, eBay, U.S. Bank. Yeah,
maybe you've heard of them.
I kind of feel like a loser now.
I'm with you. Let's go to a corner and cry somewhere.
I know. All in all, there were 600 inductees. I mean, we're talking 30 under 30 in 20 different industries.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of these young people are doing some really good stuff.
I'm really impressed by the cover boy. You know, as you said, we talked about him, but just 17?
17.
That is impressive.
Yeah. Speaking of cover boys, I know that CoverGirl announced James Charles back in October. I just read that Maybelline has a man that's going to be one of the first girls represent their, or men represent their brand. So
excited to see this.
Little trend that we're seeing here. MAC has a lip neutral, like a color neutral, you know, men and women. It says, I think it's called his and her lip care or something like that. So
very interesting.
A little shift in the beauty world. I kind of like it.
Be looking forward to the new face with Maybelline. Okay, so 2 words, fit and fab. Does it really get any better than that?
No.
Up next, how you can make 2017 a healthier and happier year for you. Stay with us.